For me and my family, every day is an adventure. And some days are better than others. And even though on the outside I may seem like I have it all together, I'm not quite sure that I'm doing it all right. So join me on this adventure as I navigate wife life, mom life, boss life, and everything in between. Hi guys, it's me, Tam, and welcome back to Totally Tam. I know you guys have not seen me in months. I have been, let me tell you, I feel like the Fresh Princess of Bel-Air because my life has been turned upside down. But I'm gonna take a few minutes and sit right here and tell you what's been going on around here. Okay? Um, so basically I have been MIA because at the end of my pregnancy, things took a turn. The last time you guys saw me, we were doing a movie night with the girls, and I was 9 months pregnant. And hey, to be 9 months pregnant and it to be very humid outside in Atlanta, I mean, I was doing good, okay? Then a few days after that, I started having like some horrible pains. And it wasn't contraction pains. It was, well, they said it was the baby kicking my behind, but which it probably was, but it was in the area of my placenta. And I would have it, sporadically. I would have it, and then like days would go by, I wouldn't have it. And then after about maybe a week and a half of that, I started having like every other day. And the pain was paralyzing. I mean, one night I'm in the kitchen cooking dinner and I literally have to stop fixing dinner and I fall to my knees on the floor in tears because I am in so much pain. And the pain is in that same area every time. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have placenta separation. This is going to be horrible. And I'm terrified because even though that's never been anything that I have experienced before, I do believe that based on what my husband knows about the situation that happened with his mother and her passing, giving birth to him, I do believe that that is what caused her to pass. So I'm terrified. He's terrified. I'm in extreme pain, and this is going on. So, if you remember, I told you before, we are in Georgia in the metro Atlanta area, and we don't have any family or friends here. So, I don't have any support other than my husband, and I'm going through this alone, and I'm still trying to work. I'm still trying to mind my children, which are in the background now being disruptive, and just trying to stay healthy and make sure that I can get this baby here earthside safely. And it was a challenge. And then while this is happening, I'm running back and forth to the doctor, getting ultrasounds. They're telling me there's nothing wrong. It's just your baby kicking your butt. But listen, I've had baby kicks before. This is not my first rodeo. I am true to this, not new to this. This is baby number 4. Okay. And I've never experienced that before. So it was frightening to say the least. But I just kept having ultrasounds, and with each ultrasound, they kept reassuring me that everything was okay, and that helped to give me a peace of mind, which I needed for what happened next. So then, what happened next is I started having contractions, and oh my goodness, I'm going to show you guys this video. I'm going to insert it right after this, but I lost some of the footage because the contractions were so bad. I was recording and didn't realize that I was not saving my videos and recording over them and all kinds of things. But I started going into labor at about 37 and a half weeks, I think. And y'all, y'all, whew, this was what I was thinking was a real deal because these contractions were intense. These contractions were kind of rhythmic, but not in a consistent pattern where they should have been getting stronger, longer, and more intense, indicating moving to actual active labor. But I mean, they lasted for hours, hours, to the point where Sadiq and I were up at like 5 a.m. in the morning putting together baby stuff because we had not prepped anything. Crib wasn't together, bassinet wasn't together, bottles weren't washed, clothes weren't washed, anything. So that night we got our stuff together because we literally thought the baby was coming, like, no joke. But it was a false alarm. But I'm going to insert a clip here of our false alarm night, and I'm probably going to do a whole video on that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that was interesting. So the labor that I had, it was what they call not necessarily false labor, but prodromal labor, which can be quite uncomfortable, can really mimic active labor, but what ends up happening is you just don't progress. And I had experienced this before in my second pregnancy, but had completely forgot about it because that was 9 years ago. So I did not recognize what it was, but after going through it about 3 times, I was like, oh, I know what this is. So it put me on edge because I'm like, then how can I really know when I'm in labor? Maybe I'll wait too long to the last minute to call the midwife once I'm actually in labor, which is kind of what happened the second time. Um, so I was having prodromal labor, and I didn't really think it was labor because I was remembering from before with my second daughter, where I was having the prodromal labor. So even though I was having signs of contractions, I didn't believe I was actually in labor. So by the time I realized I was in labor, it was kind of too late. Things were progressing so quickly, and I did not have time to get anywhere, get assisted. I went literally like fully dilated in no time, like water broke, full dilation, like it was crazy. So yeah, I have to tell you guys about that birth story because it's very interesting and it has some trauma behind it that I'm still working through in therapy and learning how to deal with, and that also impacted this pregnancy as well. So hi guys, it is 4:28 a.m. and I just got out of the shower. I have been having contractions for just a little bit over an hour. I was laying in bed, binge watching New Amsterdam. I couldn't sleep, and I just started having contractions. I decided to go and take a shower because I didn't get to take one earlier this morning. And right now I feel like this is it. The baby's coming. I'm pretty sure I'm in active labor. The contractions have been constantly coming. The duration between them varies, but they've been pretty much consistent. I've got a lot of pressure down below, and the intensity of the contractions has been varying. So I think we're going to have the baby today. So I'm 37 weeks today, actually. So if baby is coming, it's a little bit early, which is fine because she's still fully developed and ready to come, and totally okay for us to still have a home birth and a water birth. So I'm excited about that. But we have a dining room full of baby stuff and nothing put together. So as you can see, here is Sadiq at the last minute trying to put together a bassinet. So yeah, I haven't washed baby clothes or anything. So as I'm in active labor, I'm going to continue moving because I have baby clothes to wash. I have diapers to wash. So much to try and do, but at least it'll occupy my time and help this stage of labor go by quicker. So I'll keep you guys updated. So it is now 8:25. I have been having contractions for about 5 hours now. They don't seem to be progressing much. I'm still having about 9 to 10 an hour. The frequency of them is the same. The intensity is the same. The duration is the same. So not a lot of progress. So I've done a lot of work washing baby's clothes and putting my cart together and ordering some last minute stuff from Amazon that I needed. So I've been up all night. I have not been to sleep. So I want to try and get some rest while I can, and I'll update you guys later. Okay, so now you guys see how we were running around trying to get things done and by baby weren't looking crazy. But I am definitely glad baby did not come during that episode when we thought she did, because we weren't ready. So fast forward through that, going through all that, finally go into labor a week after my due date, which I was so nervous about leading up to, because baby had been breech. Baby had been breech up until the day before my due date. She was breech. I actually went on my due date for an ultrasound to get looked at to see what was happening. And thankfully, between my appointment with the midwife on Monday and my ultrasound at the perinatal place, she had turned and was finally head down. She had been breech the entire third trimester, and we had turned her a total of 4 times, but she has a strong will. She wasn't going till she was ready to go. Okay, so I'll tell you about kind of how I went into labor, and I actually have a birthing video. We recorded the whole thing, and I'm going to upload that and share that with you guys too. But I think I'll go ahead and give you guys a sneak peek of the birth, just so you can understand when I say this was the most difficult labor I have ever endured. But in addition to that, it was the most liberating. It was the most beautiful experience, and I'm so glad that I had a home birth, and I will advocate always for home births. And at this moment, I'm not planning to do it again, but if I do, I would definitely have a home birth again. So check out this clip of our home birth, and be sure to make sure you're locked in, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can definitely see the full, more rounded birthing video.
Am I holding it or?
Yeah, let me get it to 0.
So now, baby's here. I'm like, oh, this is baby number 4. I'm gonna be Gucci. I am going to, get in my little routine. Things are gonna be great. I was ready to go on maternity leave because I worked up until the day I went in labor. I worked that full day. I went into labor that night. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to go on maternity leave. I get 3 months. I want to get so much done. This is going to be awesome. And then, y'all, my body said, slow down, like Bobby Valentino. Okay. I could not do any of the things I expected to do. I was unable to bounce back and get up and be moving around and dealing with the other children and cooking and washing clothes and no, I was literally in the bed for like 2 weeks. Yeah. And it was a little bit challenging mentally because I'm not used to that. I always have so much to do. I always have so much going on. I'm always going. And to have your body force you to sit and heal and recover is a humbling experience. But it was needed, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed baby. So after maybe about 15 days, I was kind of up and back in my groove, which was good because next chapter we had to start getting into was figuring out our next move as far as where we were going to live and how we were going to move back to North Cackalack. In the midst of recovering, we start our moving escapades. Well, thinking about moving. We go under contract with the builder when baby's like 4 weeks old. Yeah, like 4 weeks old. And it's a contingency contract for 90 days. And I'm definitely going to take you guys on that journey with us because I want you to know what it's like. This time around, we are going to be building a custom home, God willing. And when I tell y'all this is different for people like ourselves who've owned multiple homes before, this is a whole new, different experience. And I'm just excited to go through it. And I want you guys to experience that with us. But anyway, so going through that, baby starts to develop colic around week 5. And she is really challenging, but we're managing. And I'm glad that this is happening with baby number 4 and at the age that I am because I'm more patient and I'm able to handle and deal with this a whole lot better than I think I would have if this was my first child. If this was my first child, she would be an only child. Please believe. So y'all know I do everything, right? So while this is going on, going into contact with the builder, baby starting to develop colic, guess what else gets tossed on my plate? Homeschool. You forgot we have 3 other children who we homeschool, and it was time for school to start back. So we actually do year round. We normally start back the beginning of September, but this year we actually started back in July. They went to school for the whole month of July, and then because I knew baby was coming in August, we took all of August off to at least give us a month to kind of get our stuff together with the new baby and form a new routine. And that's what we did. And when September the 1st came, I wasn't ready. But school had to go on, so we're working through that. It's real over here. I mean, it's real. Then, guess what? I also had to start back school, and crazy. It's been crazy. I am in the proposal phase and really working to get that finished. I'm on a timeline. I'm on a crunch. May will be here before you know it, and I refuse to pay tuition beyond May. So a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So yeah. So that's really where I've been at with everything that's been going on around me personally, with my health. I don't know what's going on with my hormones this time, but this go around, I have remained nauseous even after pregnancy and extremely fatigued. Okay. I've dealt with mastitis already. And luckily, no postpartum depression. Oh, thankfully, because that would be the last thing I needed at this time. But it's just been challenging, very challenging. And I'm just grateful that as each one of these challenges come my way, I'm able to learn something from them. Hopefully help you guys and other people by sharing my story, my experiences, and just being able to continue to successfully move forward. But yeah, I'm glad we had this chat. I'm glad we had a chance to catch up. I'm glad you guys are able to see what's been going on in my life. And I'm ready to jump back in, get back to making regular videos because we have a lot going on. And I'm excited about where we are and where things stand. And I want you guys to come along on the journey with us. So stay tuned.